Alright, what's up, guys? We are back with Claymore, chapter 154, Silver Eyed Warriors, part 5. Let's just get into this chapter, man, because last chapter ended off with Teresa seemingly partially awakening or full on awakening. Not too sure yet. But taking on this almost like angelic form, man. Um, Almost looking like the like the twin statues or whatever that we've seen kind of like in the early stages of the series. Um, so I'm excited to see what is this like specifically going to do for her, right? We assume the wings, so like flight maybe, um, increase speed as well. I don't know, man. Let's find out. What is going on? Tell me. What does her awakened form look like? She's got some kind of wings, but otherwise she looks human. She stayed humanoid? Does that mean your eyes don't see the rest? Oh, that's a really cool cover, man. Look at that. With the two of them standing back to back. And it's really cool because you see like Claire with her eyes open and sort of like the action lines like on top of her head and on her armor, right? Um and then Teresa is the one that's kind of like taking charge. So yeah, almost essentially it's a nice way of showing essentially like Claire's like powering up Teresa or is kind of like the thing that's like supplying like Teresa or allowing her to do what she's doing right now, right? Um that is the form of the twin goddesses. Okay, that's what I meant when I said the statues, right? Um you know what? Also, that shot actually kind of looks like the twin goddesses, right? Okay. Um Dude, we didn't even see Teresa like leave the ground and she just like broke right through Priscilla with one slash. And look at the other claymores. They're like, "What?" They're like, "What just happened?" What? It's funny because I've been terrified of Priscilla this entire series, and now I'm kind of like at this point where I'm like, how does Priscilla like fight against this, right? Like how? Um okay, so Teresa's just blocking everything. Um what? Bigger isn't always better. God damn it, Teresa. Um Oh, drill sword. Wait, how is she able to use that? Wait, so this has to be the same thing as, what she did with Cassandra, right? In using sort of like did she call it a cheap imitation or just an imitation? I forgot if that's what Teresa said it was, but like obviously it's not the exact, version of like what Cassandra is like known for or even the drill sword, but it's like a good enough imitation or version of that. Clearly because it just put a hole through Priscilla. So this is cool, man. I'm curious to see. And then she also used Miria's phantom abilities. So I'm curious to see like what else can she use, right? Um, okay, let's see. And also Teresa's arm is kind of like cracking a bit. She just like sliced her in the into like little pieces, and her butt, her ass is just like hanging out. That's funny. Um, the hell? Why is she doing that? She still doesn't get it. Simply put, she's using an extendable arm like yours to do wind cutter. Interesting. A stretchable wind cutter. She's seriously trying to. Yeah, she used the drill arm again, or drill sword. Impressive, Claire. God, dude, I'm just like I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but like at the ease, dude. The ease that Teresa is doing this is incredible. A lot must have happened since I left. So much difficulty and disappointment, but you kept walking forward. God, she's just every single Priscilla that comes at her. Oh, she's using the phantom ability again, almost like making like clones of herself. Um, she just stabbed Priscilla right through the head. So many meetings and farewells and comrades by your side. Do you understand, Claire, in this moment? My full strength and your whole heart are fighting in perfect harmony. Jeez. Um, okay, so let's see what Priscilla. Oh my God, she just cut Priscilla's head in half. Help me, please help me. Like, but she broke out again. It looks like help. Okay, now there's like a ton of Priscillas that are coming out. Okay, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, there's like multiple Priscillas now. I thought it was just like after she finished like because there was like an army of Priscillas that she was already fighting, and then I thought she finished with that, and then there was like the one original copy or version of Priscilla that was left, and then she just immediately cut the head off of that one. So no, there's still way more out here. Um, help me, please help me. I can't die no matter how hard I try. I've taken a sword to my own body and fought the strongest opponents and been swallowed by unfathomable beings, but all to no avail. This infinite hate for all that exists still wells up from deep inside me. Priscilla. Return to dust, Priscilla. I've come to grant your wish. I don't know why, but I've got wings and a certain someone's right arm, which is different from my awakened form. With my power as a base, I'll use her technique to the fullest. It should be massive. Um, I told you it's time for me to finish this once and for all. The burden on Claire and the arm will be significant, so I can only do it once. And then, will this really end? Wow, and Priscilla's even crying too. I hated everything I saw. I wanted to erase it all. Yes, I'm sorry about that. This time, I won't fail you. Okay, here comes all the Priscillas. Teresa, you've supported Claire, so I thank you. Go, Elena. Oh man, I love the shout out to Elena, man. Oh, that takes me back. Right? Doesn't that feel so nostalgic, man? Man. I'm like actually legitimately getting like teary-eyed, man, cuz like God, I think I started reading I mean, I didn't start reacting to this like God, I want to say like in since like 2018, but like I think I first started like when I discovered Claymore, like the anime. I think it was like 2016, and yeah, even though like 5 years is not a long time, it's kind of a long time, but like still, it just has me feeling like needlessly nostalgic for whatever reason, man. Um, yeah, man, that just hearing that name again just really takes me back, man. Um, and it's true, like even though Elena hasn't technically like been here, right? At the same time, she kind of has been, right? She's been with Claire every step of the way, right? Into the end, into the literal end of the series, man. Um almost kind of in the same way that Teresa has, right? Um but yeah, man, I think that's really cool. I really love that shout out to her. Um I'm hungry. Mama and big brother and big sister died, and I haven't eaten in days. I cried out and scratched my fingers raw against the door, but no one came. The smell of rotting bodies was stifling, and I wept. When my tears dried up, I looked at the Yoma corpse. The headless body still lay where it fell. Then I thought that wasn't a Yoma, it was my father, and he told me what to do. That's why I did it. Aware of Papa's love, I filled myself with his remains. My thoughts were conflicted, my actions were contradictory. My spirit was in tatters, and my actions to survive killed me inside. Here's what happened. Hey, can I ask something? If you have that move, why didn't you finish me off earlier when I was weak? It's awful for death to take life unaware. I've experienced that myself. Yeah. What the hell? Why are you chatting? This is your chance to do it. It's alright. This is over. It is? What I hated and wanted to kill, or what I hated and wanted to kill was myself. Thank you, Teresa. And I'm sorry. God, we didn't even get to see her finish Priscilla off, man. Just like clouds of dust, basically. It's all right. We've crossed blades as claymores. We can have no regrets. Or my kind of thinking is that like, did Teresa even take up like swords to the Priscillas, and was it this conversation that finally put Priscilla to rest? Is that the thing, or am I just supposed to assume that Teresa was just so quick that like she like dispatched all five of them within a snap of a finger? I mean, that definitely could very well be the case, man. But there's a part of me that kind of is crossing my fingers and hopes that sort of the closure between Teresa and Priscilla, with Priscilla, thanking Teresa and apologizing to her as well, gave Priscilla like, that closure that she needed, and at the same time, like, I don't know, was kind of the last thing that was required to finally, like, lift the curse and actually kill Priscilla. Um, I don't know. That's something that probably isn't even true, but I kind of cross my fingers and hope, because I think that would be really really cool if in the end Teresa didn't even need to like raise her sword to like truly like quote unquote finish off Priscilla, and if it was just like done in a sort of like conversation where the two needed to hatch it out, and Priscilla needed that closure to actually you know like essentially kill her, right? Um, but yeah, man, that's essentially it. Also, God, Priscilla's gone. Like that didn't even really set in until just this instant right now. Priscilla's gone. The essentially like the target, right? This huge like overhead, or like just cloud that has been like hanging over our heads for like essentially the entirety of this series is gone, right? That is that's insane, man. Um, if I needed any other sort of like, you know, thing to sort of cement in my head that like, yeah, Claymore is ending, then this is the last thing that I needed to truly cement that, yeah, Claymore is wrapping up. Um, good lord, man, that's that's insane. That's really insane, man. Like years of watching and reading this thing, and yeah, essentially having the big target of this entire series, right? It's like, obviously it's not 100% comparable, but it almost feels like, right, like Naruto's goal of becoming Hokage, or Luffy's goal of finding the One Piece, or Natsu's goal of finding Igmeal, right? Like for the longest time, Claire's goal was to defeat Priscilla, and like we accomplished that. That's oh man, dude, I can't believe it, man. We actually made it to this point. Oh boy. What a chapter, man. That's gonna do it for me, guys. Like, comment, subscribe for. Again, I don't know. I don't know how many more chapters are left. I don't even want to check. I just want to be like surprised. Like one day when I sit down to do another Claymore reaction, and I look for the next chapter, I just want to be surprised and find out that that chapter that I'm looking for doesn't even exist. You know what I mean? Um, so I guess I honestly don't know how much longer we have, man. I'm gonna guess two more chapters. That sounds about right. I would be shocked if this thing ends by the next chapter. I would be really really sad, man. But we will see. Until then, I will see you guys then. Peace.